Hi, Professor Bowling. So I wanted to discuss how my self-analysis was beneficial in helping me understand my own reading habits. And if there's one thing I noticed is that my reading habits are really tied into my interest. So, for example, I talked about Stephen King and his book on writing and how that was something that I felt like I couldn't put the book down, and that's because writing is a subject that I'm really interested in. Whereas if we were to compare it to this book by Jane Austen that I was trying to read, I can't even remember the name. I was so bored and I couldn't even finish the book. So if there's anything that this self-analysis has taught me is that, especially for my students, they're going to want to read something that they're interested in. So this has taught me to target their interests. So for my student survey, I asked a lot of questions that specifically targeted their interest. I asked about their favorite animals, their favorite jobs, their favorite sports, just a little bit of something that'll tell me about the topics that they're interested in so that I can create a library with books that they'll want to read and want to engage with. I also asked questions pertaining to their reading habits. So do they like to read? Do they think reading is fun? Do they have a favorite place to read, and or do they read at home? I think the answers to these questions will let me know how advanced a student is in reading based on their habits at home. And this will also let me know if they're exposed to reading outside of school. I'm hoping that with these surveys in the moment, it'll be able to spark conversation with students as they talk about whether they like to read outside or in their bedroom, or they like to read fiction or mystery. But in the long run, I'm hoping that with these surveys, it'll help me curtail my lessons. Will my students be able to read independently, or will I have to have groups where there's a group that's reading with the teacher, a group that's reading with a partner, groups that are reading independent? I think that these surveys will really help me understand what kind of readers I'm working with and where I'll have to focus the most to make my students stronger readers. Overall, I really enjoyed this self-analysis assignment because it's helping me brush up on my reading skills and helping me understand the importance of connecting reading skills with reading interests so that my students can become better readers and thrive in an environment where they find reading to be fun, because I'll be able to model that for them. So thank you.